Survival. It's the motto here in Mason. Find a way to stay alive. The Xavier Musketeers found a way. Found a way just to play on Friday night. Surviving to beat the Hall in the wee hours of Saturday morning. The Creighton Blue Jays are still alive as they fought the good fight with UConn. Jonas Smith got tangled up in a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel. Smith went 8, surrendered just 2 runs, including a blast from the Big East Player of the Year, Kyler Fedko. The Jays fall short, but they fight for survival. Next, here in Mason. And we welcome you back to Prasco Park here in Mason, Ohio, just outside of Cincinnati. And it's game time finally. A survival game. The winner moves on as it has a chance at a Big East baseball championship. The loser calls it a season. It'll be the Xavier Musketeers taking on the Creighton Jays here in Mason. Hi, everybody. Bob Brainerd along with John Fanta. And, John, we just saw these Creighton Blue Jays. Boy, they fought the good fight, really got in a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel. And while they held UConn at bay, they just couldn't answer the pitching question up against them. But now they have to regroup quickly to try to stay alive and get another shot at UConn.
The Blue Jays have answered the question of starting pitching, though. They got a tremendous start in their second Big East tournament game. That was exactly what you wanted from Smith. Jonas Smith was fantastic. So the good news for the Blue Jays is that their bullpen is fully ready for this, and they're going to give the ball to a freshman, Cade Lummel. It'll be interesting to see how he handles this stage, Bob. I always think in these elimination games, when you're playing it the same day as the first one, it's important to set the tone in the first inning.
Let's get you all caught up on the bracket because it has been wild and woolly trying to make sense of it all. But we are finally back on track, John Fanta, and that's a good thing. Simple math here now. The winner here gets a chance to play those UConn Huskies, the number 1 seed. UConn, 1 win, and they are the Big East champs. It'll take the winner of this game 2 tries to beat them on Sunday afternoon. So tall task starting with this game today.
Well, absolutely a tall task. But could a task be taller than having to play at 10 p.m. at night? You go into the wee hours of the morning, and that's why this Xavier team is prepared for this stage. Sure, they have to win 4 straight games to take home a Big East championship. They got the first one last night, Bob. Now they have to try to keep this going, and they need their top hitters in their lineup, Luke Franzoni and Jack Hausinger, to keep them surging. But I think for Billy O'Connor's team, they feel like, hey, we went through last night playing a game that's starting at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We could see anything and be okay with it.
Yeah, Billy said, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. They're playing here. Their season continues. Now at 26-25, his batting card looks like this. Franzoni to lead it off, followed by Hausinger, the shortstop, Andrew Walker, the left fielder, Monastra, the catcher, behind the dish, and he bats in the cleanup spot as well. Jared Cushing is at second base batting 5th. Dimartino, Hellman, Schultz, and Olsen, and they will face Lummel, the freshman, the lefty. This is a kid in a big spot, John Fanta, but this is a kid who can deliver the goods.
He can. He's a lefty who throws the ball hard. He'll hit the outer half to right-handed hitters, and Ed Service believes that he has the moxie, even as a freshman, to be someone who steps up in this role. He's making his 8th start in the season, just a 3.82 ERA, and look, Creighton's not going to get shut out again. They're going to put up some runs. Cade Lummel just needs to be him.
And the first pitch, Franzoni offers at it, up and over the netting, and we are underway. Yeah, you mentioned the word moxie. Lummel's got it. Otherwise, he wouldn't get the ball in this situation. And being a left-hander, too, you like your chances in trying to keep these hitters off balance.
You do, and it's tough to keep Luke Franzoni off balance. A 2-run triple last night.
And he gets ahead 0-2. These two teams very familiar with one another. How familiar? Well, they closed out the Big East regular season. 4 games, in fact, split by these two clubs. So even Steven there, if you're looking for an advantage at the end of May.
Yeah, the way I look at these matchups in the elimination games, Last night, Seton Hall and Xavier, they split their 4-game series. It was like a deciding Game 5 in a playoff series. This is like a deciding Game 5. Xavier took the first 2 games over Creighton last weekend in Omaha. The Blue Jays took the final 2.
The 0-2. Ripped to left. And trouble if it's fair, but it's foul. Good wood or good aluminum, take your choice, by Franzoni. He jumped all over it, but just pulled it. It's 320 down each line here at Prasco Park. 380 to the gaps. And then left center, just to the left of the batter's eye, deepest part of this park at 400, 385 on the right side. Lights are on. It's been overcast all day long. Chilly, temperature in the low 50s, but dry. Way outside, tried to get Franzoni to fish.
400 out to left center. The batter's eye is in play in straightaway center. We have not seen anybody get it to that part of the park. They moved the fences back here in the last 2 years, and I believe it's made a significant difference, particularly in the gaps, because this has been a homer-friendly park, not in this tournament.
Strike 3 call, Franzoni. Frozen statue there. What a pitch by Lummel. After Franzoni threatened to take him yard, he comes back to register the K.
We talk about moxie. This is Cade Lummel bringing the fastball, painting the black on the outside corner. That takes a certain mentality to start a postseason winner-go-home game.
Lefty on lefty here to Hausinger, who takes strike 1. Jack, a first-team All-Big Easter, began the season at third base, shifted him over to shortstop. That one almost nipped him. Interesting talking to Billy O'Connor about Hausinger. He said he's a scrappy hitter. Then he pauses and says, but he leads the team in doubles and he's second in home runs, yet he's scrappy at the plate.
Well, he is.
Scrappy with some pop, right?
And that's just the Xavier way, right? This is how this team hits. They do play in a hitter-friendly park over at their home ballpark, and they like breaking here. It's why they nearly hoisted a Big East championship trophy 2 years ago. This team is unafraid, even after losing their opener.
Didn't go after that one, 2-2.
Jack Hausinger is somebody who just stays in at bats, and that's what leads him to finding gaps. He's the best at finding gaps on this team with the 16 doubles. One of the leaders in the Big East Conference.
Slice it to right, and that'll get down for a base hit. Banging off the wall, guess what? It's another double for Hausinger. What's new?
There he is. Jack Hausinger works his way through a count, and he waits for the pitch to his liking, and he doesn't foul it off. He chokes up on the bat. You see he chokes up, and he does exactly what you want to do with it. There's actually, you saw the way that that ball bounced off the wall. That is plexiglass. That's glass where the Big East signage is out on that right field wall. So the ball hit the bottom and hopped up on the heel of that brick and then just came straight down.
1-out double brings up Adam Walker. And that one up high around the shoulder blades, 1-0. Walker, second team All Big East, wasn't in the mix in this lineup at the start of the season. And he showed some gusto, some gumption, walked into Billy O'Connor's office and said, I want more opportunities. And you know what? Instead of chasing him off, he said, you're right, you need more. And he gave him more, and Walker produced.
That's refreshing from a player who takes it on himself to try to get more. In a world where we have transfers aplenty, I commend Andrew Walker.
Slice it to left, and that's foul. Yeah, and credit to Billy O'Connor as well. Instead of getting heated and saying, look, who do you think you are charging into my office? He listened, He said, all right, show me, and he did. Dividends all around. Coach benefits, team benefits, Adam Walker benefits.
Walker came up big with the go-ahead RBI single to left last night in the 8th to make it a 3-2 game. Xavier would win 4-2 over Seton Hall. That was a really well-played game into the hours of the morning. And the Musketeers just found the timely hits in position right here.
1 to Walker. Andrew skies it to right. Rhoden is there. Camps and catches for out number 2. Rhoden, the freshman, showing off his arm too, like just in case later on you want to run, maybe not. 2 away. And now the catcher, Nate Monastra. Big, tall kid. Graduate 5th-year player. He's seen a lot in his career at Xavier. He's been in big games. He's won the Musketeers big games, won them championships.
He's someone who commands things for them behind the plate, really takes ownership as a leader for this Xavier team. And one of the things that Billy O'Connor's happy with Monastra is, as the season's gone on, the discipline. Right there's a high fastball, and he doesn't go after it. And that's the kind of approach he has to take in this game. 0 for 4 last night. You want to try to snap out of that with a runner at second, a chance to set the tone with the home fans on your side.
Slice it to right and hooking out a play. Yeah, there are some fans here from the area. They came prepared, they came bundled up, didn't expect they'd have to haul out the winter garb again over Memorial Day weekend, but nonetheless, here we are. 1-2 to Monastra. Lummel goes up high, 2-2. Hausinger out at second. Doubled here in the first as Xavier threatens to take the early jump. Count is full.
Nate Monastra, he was with this program back in 2017 when they won the Big East Championship, and he learned from one of the best. I think of Nate Soria, previous catcher for the Musketeers. Terrific catcher for Xavier. Monastra's somebody right here, Bob, looking for that spark. He leads this team with 30 runs batted in.
But Lummel got him. Some late movement there by the southpaw, gets out of the early jam. Nothing on the board as the Blue Jays get their swings in first in the bottom of the first.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
Creighton Blue Jays will swing the sticks for the first time, and Ed's service lineup looks like this. Webble, Meggs, Rhoden, Mantel in the cleanup spot. Roper, Spry is the DH in this one. Garrett Gilbert is behind the plate. Nolan Clifford, the shortstop, bats 8th, and Will Hannafin is the center fielder. He will bat 9th for the 24-14 Creighton Blue Jays. Bo Sacker on the hill. You take a look at his numbers, the right-hander gets the nod here for the Xavier Musketeers. And while he warms up, we get a chance to chat with UConn head coach Jim Penders as you look at the numbers for Ethan. And Jim, congratulations on a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel. How about the battle there with Creighton earlier today?
Boy, both starters did just a fantastic job. And, our guy was just a little bit better, but their kid was just awesome. I mean, went deep into the full game, and like you said, an old-fashioned pitcher's duel. It's a tough day to hit. I can tell you that. A little chilly out. It's like March in stores, So our guys maybe were a little more comfortable. I don't know, but Ben did a great job. Very proud of his effort. And obviously Kyler Fedko's had a great year for us. He gets the 2 RBIs, and that was all we needed.
When Ben was through the 7th inning, he had 101 pitches.
Yeah.
You knew that. You knew the count, and yet he wanted the baseball again for the 8th inning.
Yeah, he sure did. Josh McDonald asked, how you feel? He goes, I feel great. He goes, what am I at? He said 100. And he goes, oh, well, one more. I got one more. But he said he felt great, and he looked great. The ball was coming out of his hand really well, especially later on. In his first 3 innings, I think he had 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. He finished 13-3, so he got better as he went.
When you go out to the mound in a situation like that, as Webble leads off with a double here for the Jays on the very first pitch, when you go out there, do you use your gut? Do you use instinct? Because kids will try to talk themselves in all the time. Hey, coach, I'm good. But sometimes you have to veto that. You have to override it. So how did you take his pulse?
Yeah, I mean, he like I said, the eyes don't lie, right? What we were seeing from him was just dominance, and he had pinpoint control, the deeper he went. And the ball was coming out of his hand. He's in superior condition. He's never thrown that many for us. So we were watching him with an eagle eye, but he didn't labor all that much, in his last inning either, in the 7th. So we felt comfortable throwing him back out there. Josh McDonald does a great job. I mean, I tend to stay the heck away from Ben Kasparius when he pitches, because it's almost like he gets road rage out there. And I try not to take the ball from him. I let Josh do that, but no, he was exceptional today, and we're just fortunate that he's in our dugout.
Isn't it fun to be back in the Big East? No disrespect to where you were, but you talked with me earlier this week about taking care of your house in the neighborhood and making the neighborhood better. The neighborhood got better with that game you guys played with Creighton.
Yeah, I think it did. We also had 2 incredible games in Cincinnati against Xavier earlier in the year that just felt like an old-fashioned Big East. I mean, it almost felt like a basketball game in the Garden back in the 80s and early 90s, and just knockdown, drag out, lead changes, maybe a few words back and forth too, and just an old-fashioned brawl. And so that was it is nice to get. I'll tell you what, the cuisine's a lot better. I was getting sick of barbecue and grits, and we can get some good Italian food on the road now, and some good bagels in the hotels. We couldn't get any of that in the American. So it's nice to be home. It's a conference that I played in, conference that I coached in as an assistant and as a head coach, and it looks a little different than when we were last in, but it still has the same kind of ethos. I think it's still got the same DNA, and we're excited to be in it.
Rhoden keeps on keeping on. This freshman has been something else. He puts Creighton on the board with a run here on an RBI double. Blue Jays lead it 1-0. Rhoden continues. How about this kid? I mean, for a freshman?
He's a really good player, a really good hitter. I mean, very balanced. He was he's hangs in there just fine today. He was one of their he got good swings off of Ben all day. I mean, I thought Ben came in the dugout on the first hit that he had, and he said 2 days ago that would have been long gone. It dropped in for a single. He hit the heck out of it to left field, but that's how hard the wind was blowing in from left.
Yeah, and speaking about hitting the heck out of it, Kyler Fedko, now he had to go the other way because of the wind.
He hit it the right way.
He hit it the right way, and he knew it. Now, I think everybody else is like, I don't know if there's going to be enough on that, but Kyler knew it, didn't he?
He hits them with backspin in that direction, and they tend to carry off his bat to right field. So I kind of had a feeling, and when the right fielder broke to his right, and back. I knew he wasn't going to catch it. I figured it's a double at worst, maybe a triple, and then it just kept going. I mean, it looked like the stands just kind of caught it, like landed in the basket out there. It was a good one to get. We hadn't done much. We hadn't done anything. And, he's led us all year. He's won us so many ball games, and he's a fun player to watch. He's not a fun player to watch when you're on the other side, and we need to tone down his exuberance, but I always rather have to tone a guy down than tune him up. And, he's an emotional player, and I'd always, like I said, I'd rather have that, but I'm yelling at him as he's coming into third base, stay on our dugout, and sometimes he listens, sometimes he does not.
He needs a chin strap to keep that helmet on. I mean, those locks keep pushing it off.
It's unbelievable. We've and I told him, I said, listen, this is unsafe, and he's tried on a smaller size, and he can't get it over his ears. So he's like in between size. We got to figure out. Rawlings got to get a half size for him or something.
Talk with those folks, get things right. Jim Pender's joining us here, UConn head coach, 1-2, and a swing and a miss there. So Mantel goes down on strikes. And there are two away. One final thing before we let you go, Jim. I talked with you earlier about navigating, and every baseball team in the country had to navigate this whole COVID thing. Yeah. Will we have a season? Will we start and stop? Will we be able to complete things? There were times when COVID kind of handled you guys, and it was tough on your team. But things seem to be back on track, and it seems like your baseball team is in a good place right now.
Yeah, I agree, Bob. I mean, that which does not kill us makes us stronger, and that's certainly been the case. And we had so many obstacles. We had 9 freshmen acquire COVID in the first 2 weeks they were on campus. We didn't get to meet them or shake their hands until late October.
Wow.
So it took a long time for our team to kind of bond and feel connected. We had a lot of hurdles, a lot of obstacles to get around, as almost every team did, or every team did in America. But I'm excited about where we are now. We started to get in a rhythm before our pause, when we were in the middle of the Georgetown series and had to take off from the field. That was a scary moment. We had 10 positives within 3 days.
Yeah.
It was a little, it freaked me out. And so I'm sure that the kids were a little freaked out. Did you get it? No, just foul.
Yes, ma'am.
But they're in a good place mentally now. It's just nice to see their faces. You don't have to be covered up with masks. We all seem a little bit more human, they're playing. They're playing together, and they're playing tough, and they're playing hard. And so we won a kind of a boat race 2 days ago. Today we won a close one, and now we got a chance to win a championship tomorrow. So we can't ask for anything more than that.
Hey, Jim, welcome back to the Big East. I know you're thrilled, and I know you guys will be ready to cap this off. You were the regular season champs. You'd love to cap it off, being the tournament champs as well. A lot of baseball left to be played, but good to have you guys back as well. Well,
it's great to be back, and you're right. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, so whichever one of these teams comes out today and we've got to see tomorrow, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a battle, and that's how the Big East always is.
All right. Jim, thanks for stopping by. Go get some Italian food.
That sounds good.
Or bagels or whatever.
Got to get to Mass, too, because we're up against a Jesuit school tomorrow. I can't take any chances.
No chances, my friend. No chances. Divine intervention. It comes into play here.
That's right. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you. 1-2 the count to Dax Roper. Runner at second, and a little tapper headed that way. Olsen charges, throws. Not in time. So the inning continues for the Blue Jays. Already a run on the board on the Rhoden RBI double, and Roper extends it here. Didn't hit it hard, but corners with 2 away for Spry. Spry takes his first swings on Saturday. Didn't play in the game earlier today, but Ed Service shaking up the lineup a little bit, moving Roper over to first and having Spry DH. And looking for lightning in a bottle here with Spry, the lefty, against Bosacker, the righty. Didn't chase, 2-0.
Well, for the Creighton Bats, they had to be glad that they weren't seeing any more Ben Kasparius. So to see Bosacker, just a different arm, they come out here. Here's the thing. They played a good game earlier today. They should not have felt down about themselves. And I think we're seeing the results of that right now. They've come out swinging the bats well. A really good approach here against Bosacker. A good arm for Xavier. But this is exactly what you would have wanted to script up if you're Creighton. Aggressive approach, lots of hard contact. 3 hits in this inning. Sharp by the Jays.
Strike on the outside. Yeah, to your point, John, that had to be the message somewhere between games from Ed Service. Look, better pitchers, because the bullpen came and finished the job too. Better pitching today, even though our guy was really good. They were just better. Tip the cap, let's go. We lost 2-0.
That's why it's a double elimination tournament. You play series, you play marathons all season long. At some point in that, you could have a trip up. And for Creighton, they just couldn't find the offense. And you tip your cap to Kasparius, but you know that you have a fully rested bullpen. And that I do think that for the Blue Jays, they still have to feel okay about their chances in this tournament overall. And they've shown it here thus far.
Runner goes from first. No throw down as Monastra, he hitched. Looking to see if maybe Rhoden would try to trot home. He doesn't. Second and third here. Count is full.
I like that he didn't throw down. Too many catchers try to do too much in that instance. The out you need to get is at first, or at the plate rather. And if you walk him, he's at first base. It's okay. You move the line. You go to the number 7 hitter, Gilbert.
Time called by home plate umpire Keith Seghetti. Joe Cruz is down at first base. Wayne Krause is at second, and Brian Drury, who worked the plate in game 1 today, he's over at third. 3-2. Laced foul. Game time tomorrow, championship game, 1 p.m. Eastern. UConn's in. Winner here will join them.
We got somebody who knows how to pitch coming on the air with us tomorrow.
A little bit. The Hall of Famer Burt Blyleven. 3-2, one more time, and a swing and a miss. Golfed at it. Strikeout complete. And all things considering, Xavier gets out of it, coughing up just the lone run. Top of 2 we go. Jay's in front early.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway, Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer, and now
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
Back here at Prasco. And the Jays strike early. Couldn't scratch out a run against a very tough UConn squad, but they jump on the board early here. Mike Schmaltz is the third member of our broadcast team. He's colder than John Fanta and I, but he's providing in-depth analysis like this, right, Mike?
Absolutely. The wind has not quit. That's one thing that we haven't seen die down just yet today. But talked with both coaches before this game, and Billy O'Connor, very confident in his team, as always, said, hey, we've been swinging the bat well. We just got to put a few more hits together to get some more runs on the board. And for Ed's service, he wanted to make sure that his team understands the intensity of playoff baseball. Asked him about the sweep or the 2-game sweep to end that series with the Musketeers earlier, and he said, yeah, that really doesn't matter here in this situation. He wanted to get more hits on the board, and so far his Blue Jays have responded. 1 run on 3 hits, so they're off to a great start.
Thank you, Michael. Hunker down. Stay warm, stay well. And a strike that elicits some groans from the Xavier dugout.
That looked low to me.
1-2. Jared Cushing, Texas Tech transfer. Kid's a warrior. His injury list, you ready, Fanta? Concussion, cut lip in a collision with the shortstop, needed stitches. Then broke his finger trying to bunt, more stitches. He's playing with a splint on his throwing hand middle finger. That's a warrior. Lines this one to second, but Meggs is right there. 1 away.
That's the type of mentality, though, that he has always taken on. It's why Billy O'Connor recruited him to Xavier. And I have a lot of respect for a kid like that in Cushing who just keeps on grinding. That's just the mentality that this program's always taken on, and it's why Xavier has 3 Big East titles since they joined this conference. The 2014 season, the first season for Xavier in this league in baseball, and they won 3 of the first 4 tournaments they were in.
Every team seems to have a theme, a persona. No matter the personnel changes, that they always seem to have something. Xavier's always been just the gritty, the fighter, the warrior. They're grinders.
Well, Tyler Dimartino at the plate right now for Xavier is a grinder. He went 1 for 3 last night. This is a kid who transferred from West Virginia and down in Potomac, Maryland, had a terrific high school career. He actually earned the number 2 ranking recruiting-wise in Maryland, according to Perfect Game, back at Walt Whitman High School. He played for Joe Cassidy there, was a 3-year captain, and he ended up hitting .524 as a senior in high school. Just remarkable numbers. I don't care what level you're hitting at, and the reason why Billy O'Connor brought Tyler Dimartino at the plate right now to Xavier, he makes contact.
Competitive in the box. Finds ways to produce. And produces here via the walk. That'll work. One out base runner brings up Hellman, the center fielder.
Just his 6th walk of the season. 6 walks on the entirety of the season. He's a contact hitter. This time he gets on, and let's see what happens here with Hellman, a 231 hitter. I think this is one of the keys, Bob. Xavier's bottom 3 in the order are all at 231 or below. They haven't done much. Can Xavier get something from their bottom 3?
Hellman, big kid in there. Crowds the plate. He's an Arizona State transfer. And they're starting to see flashes from this kid of what he might become. Billy O'Connor says he's got to fill out. He's got to get stronger. You can see he's long and lean. But you put some upper body on this batter, look out. And that one tight around the shoelaces. Gilbert with the snag. So Lummel worked around that double in the first inning and got out of it unscathed. Now he's got a walk over at first base responsible for, working against Hellman. Pops away from Gilbert. And a free scamper down to second for Dimartino. That looked like it crossed Gilbert up.
It did look like it crossed him up. So what you have is a freshman in Cade Lummel. Take a look. Now that just goes off the glove, really. It's a pass ball. He just tries to snatch that up and doesn't. That's absolutely a pass ball. And it could be costly, because now you've got Hellman in a situation counting in his favor. That could have been a strike had it been caught, Bob.
And I think Gilbert did the right thing. He went out, talked to his pitcher, said, look, that's on me. But now trouble here, 3-1 to Hellman. And Dimartino lurking out at second base, the tying run. High in the sky, left field, Webble giving chase, called off by the shortstop, Clifford. Makes the grab, 2 away. So Schultz, the right fielder, is next.
Nice
Garrett?
response there by Lummel to settle back in and locate after being behind in the count.
Now Garrett Schultz, again, coaches love tossing this verbiage around, the proverbial scrappy hitter. But Schultz handles the bat well, and he can execute small ball if needed. Almost didn't have to there, almost a wild pitch that time by Lummel. But if you're Creighton, be on your toes here. If Schultz finds an opportunity, he'll drop one down here to keep this inning alive.
Well, that's the element that we keep talking about with the bottom 3 in this order. So for Schultz and Olsen, the 8-9 hitters, how do you get it back to Franzoni and Hausinger, the big sticks? And Creighton's defense is playing back.
Outside, got it. 1-1. And this is strength against strength. If Schultz decides to go small ball, you've got an excellent fielding team in Creighton. A couple peeks at the runner. Down around the knees and low, 2-1. Lummel and Creighton trying to preserve this early lead. A strike, 2-2.
That's what's impressed me the most about Cade Lummel thus far. He will fall behind, but he comes back. He stays true to form. He goes to the outer half to right-handed hitters. Now, can he find that off-speed pitch down the zone?
Schultz almost. Gilbert looked back. He's been busy behind the dish, getting dirty. This is atypical for Ed Service. Back-to-back games, he'll split the duties between his 2 catchers. Gilbert getting the nod here in the nightcap.
And with the freshman in Lummel. In a win-or-go-home game, you're the second catcher, but you are as important as anybody on this run.
Bouncing ball to short, Clifford gets there. Side retired. Xavier leaves another man on base. Creighton stays ahead on the scoreboard. Bottom of 2, Jays up 1-0.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals. Like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
Xavier pitcher Ethan Bosacker back to work here in the bottom of the second inning. Faced 6 batters in the top of the first, gave up a run. He'll face 7, 8, 9, Gilbert, Clifford, and Hannafin. Jays trying to fight back after losing earlier today to UConn 2-0. They'd love nothing better than another shot at the Huskies on Sunday afternoon. First thing is first.
You have a task in front of you still, and Xavier's offense is hard to keep at bay, so the importance of adding on. I thought that Creighton's aggressive approach to start in the bottom of the first was the right one against Ethan Bosacker. But they weren't pressing. They were waiting on their pitches. This team has a great sense of discipline at the plate, and that goes back to Ed Service. I think Ed Service is as good as anybody in this conference at keeping a team aware of who they are on the offensive end.
Rip to left, and that'll get down and bang off the wall. Gilbert into second with a double.
Just his 5th hit of the season, and out of those 5, 2 of them are doubles. Boom, belt high, right in his alleyway. And how about Garrett Gilbert getting the shot here at catcher in a win-or-go-home showdown? And Garrett Gilbert comes up big. It doesn't matter what you've done in that regular season on a stage like this. It's impressive. Let's see if Creighton tries to move him to third right here.
Nolan Clifford stands in, squares, and gets it down. Perfect execution there by Clifford. Gilbert the third, one away.
That is baseball fundamentals to a T. It was a really good bunt, and that's not an easy play for the third baseman Olsen. He charges, he makes the play that he has to. This is 1985, old VCR tape. How do you feel the bunt? How do you make the play? But how do you get the bunt down? That goes back to what I was saying. Ed Service has an awareness, and it translates to his team. It doesn't matter who's the one doing it, but so many guys have trouble bunting. Creighton doesn't.
Strike to Hannafin. There are major leaguers who have no clue.
It really is mind-boggling at times. And look, the bunts have gone away. Still at the college level, we see it quite often. It's amazing to me that a professional player is incapable of getting a bunt down.
It's all or nothing now, that level of the game. By the way, on the VCR, was the baseball bunch recorded? Johnny Bench and the chicken, was it?
Right.
Do you still have that?
Wow, that's back there. I got the old Dick Vitale tapes.
Oh, boy.
In my family room.
Oh, boy.
Entertainment center.
That's awesome, baby.
A lot of hoops. Lot of hoops tapes. Old fundamentals with Coach K.
Xavier infield, creeping up, toes on the grass, 1-1, swing and a miss. Hannafin tried to poke it up and over the infield.
That had some late movement on it. That broke at the last moment for Bosacker. Really liked the movement on that slider. It started in, moves well, and now Hannafin chokes up. Look at his hands. Big choke up.
Trying to find a way to poke one. Yep. Went around, got him. Third strikeout for Bosacker, 2 away.
He's choked up. This goes to the outer half, and he knew it right away. There's that kick. That kick in the dirt says, man, I knew that was coming, and I still couldn't lay off.
So 2 down. Here's Webble. David Singleton scored in the first inning for the Jays. Got a piece of that. Webble came on to play in game 1 today. Jays lost their right fielder Parker Upton, re-aggravated a hip injury. And so Webble had to come on, plugged himself into left, and he stays there in the lineup card and back in left here in game 2. Sitting 0-1 here against Bosacker. Got a piece, fouled it off hard. Jays have Gilbert over at third base, but 2 away. Webble trying to find a way. One and 2.
Well, you're in a position now, 1 and 2, if you're Webble. Can you lay off that slider that heads to the outer half? You're watching Hannafan hit before you. You know that that could be coming here. You have to find a way to lay off of it. That's the tough pitch from Bosacker.
Lays off, 2 and 2.
There it is, and he's going to keep going to it. I would think that he tries to come back with some heat here on the inside corner. I'll tell you, Webble is right on top of the plate. Look how close he is to the edge of the box. He is in there.
Bat waggles, 2-2. Ooh, thought about it. Holds off, count is full.
And that's what Creighton does really well, is they just move the line. So Webble saw that Hannafan couldn't lay off that outside stuff, so Bosacker keeps going to it. Webble wasn't sold.
To short, Hausinger. Bounces it over there, but a great play on the other end by Franzoni. Boy, ate him up, but Franzoni stayed with the play and saved a run right there. We move on here in Mason. To the third we go. Jays still lead it 1-0.
I'm from Chicago.
Cleveland.
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford.
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand.
Norway. Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose.
I chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy.
philosophy, politics, and the public.
Computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer, and now
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
One benefit for the Xavier fans in attendance and the Creighton fans as well. No chance of sunburn. Not today. Sometimes you know, John, we've been here and you got to lather on the SPF 30. But now it's just, where's my hoodie? Where's my fleece? Where's the extra blanket in the car trunk? Chilly, but baseball players, we've said it all day, that they've been used to this all season long. They've endured so much, including the weather, so They say, who cares? Let's play ball.
Yeah, you're making sure that the heat still works inside the house. You have to fire the heat up on Memorial Day weekend. I think we'd all take the SPF 30 because it is the unofficial start in the summer. But I liken it to the October chill. October baseball. This is playoff baseball. Another elimination game, and we've had an interesting start here. Xavier trying to get the bats going with Sam Olson, just a 132 hitter. Can he find a way on? You know, these are the types of moments. If you're Lummel, you got him 2-0 here. Lummel needs to get Olson to start because this is exactly what Xavier thrives on. Get a base runner for Franzoni or Halsinger. Not the way you want to start the inning, Bob.
Yeah, going 3-0 on the number 9 hitter. Olson's in there because of injuries and other spots on the diamond. And he struggled early, but you know, he's got the reps now. He's getting more opportunities, starting to come around and working the count here, strike there to make it 3-1. But to your point, Franzoni is lurking. So is Hausinger. So is Walker.
I'd keep the red light on. Make it throw you 2.
In the dirt, and a leadoff walk issued to Olson here in the 3rd.
And Creighton has Tommy Steyer, a sophomore right-hander, heading to the bullpen. You have to win this game. Your bullpen is rested. I don't know how long Ed Service plans to stay with Lummel, but this is going to be the key moment in his outing. That's how I feel right now. You allow, there's Steyer warming up. You allow a 132 hitter to get on via leadoff walk, and now you have to face one of the heroes from last night in Luke Franzoni, and the hero for Xavier is on deck, Jack Hausinger. Opportunity knocks for the Musketeers.
That one, did it hit Franzoni? If it did, no, it didn't hit the bat. Everybody just kind of froze, including home plate umpire Keith Seghetti. Let's take another look. If it hit him, he should get the base. It hit him. He should get first base.
It hit him, but he doesn't want to go to first base.
He wants to swing the bat.
He's a hitter.
And the umpiring crew will huddle up because whether you want to take the base or not, it's in the rules. Abner Doubleday put him in there. You got to take first base.
Wow, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Well, go back to the beginning, right? Probably one of the first rules he wrote. If you get hit, you get a base.
If you get hit, you get a base.
One more look here. Look, Franzoni, I mean, he doesn't even move his hoof or flinch. Gilbert is looking to see where the ball went. And now you're going to get Franzoni. He'll take first base. Begrudgingly, John, he'll take first base. And now Hausinger, who's already doubled here against Lummel, with a golden opportunity, 2 aboard and nobody out.
It wasn't like in Major League when, I forget who goes up there and takes one for the team. Little shoulder turn. He didn't want to take first base, but now you have the setup here.
Tries to square and move everybody up a station.
Yeah, Roger Dorn.
Was it Dorn or was it
It was Dorn.
Was it Dorn?
And he whimpered.
That's right. I haven't thrown that VCR tape in a while.
Oh, that's a must-watch.
I know. Well, I know.
It's one of the great sports movies of all time.
Gets this one down, but pushed it foul. So 0-2. Now Lummel gets ahead of Hausinger, and if you're Hausinger, what do? He doubles the last time, tries to bunt 2 times here.
Well, I don't think this is a bad thing at all, because I'm not a fan of the small ball myself in this instance. He doubled his first time up, and he delivered 2 clutch hits last night. I totally get why you do the small ball, but I think that Hausinger could end up winning out here. He could also strike out, but you have one of your best hitters up at the plate. Let him swing the bat here. And he's obviously going to, but I think back to Thursday, Connor Hood for Seton Hall was supposed to bunt to move a runner from second to third. Instead, he singled and gave the Pirates the lead because with 2 strikes, he didn't get the bunt down. So in this case, I actually don't think it's such a bad thing.
Hausinger takes a ball, 1-2. He's undersized, but he plays bigger. Those are the words from his head coach, Billy O'Connor. It's the size of the heart that matters. And Hausinger, he's got a big thumper. 1-2. And that ball skips away from Gilbert. No question there. It hit nothing but the dirt.
So that's like a bunt. Basically, without bunting, and now Ed Service, we have a pitching change right now.
And yeah, Ed Service saw enough, does not want to take any chances for this inning to blow up. After the wild pitch there, he asked for the baseball. Lummel is done. We will step aside here in Mason, Ohio. Xavier down 1-0, but threatening here in the third. 2 aboard with nobody out.
I'm from Chicago.
Cleveland.
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford.
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand.
Norway. Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose.
I chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy.
philosophy, politics, and the public.
Computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer, and now
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
So the very quick hook from head coach Ed Service forces a pitching change here in the top of the third inning. Lummel out. In comes the right-hander Tommy Steyers. You look at his numbers. 11 innings pitched, ERA of 5+. He's given up 10 hits and 8 runs. Walked 3 and struck out 9 in limited duty. Right now, it's a 2-parter for Steyer. A, try to get out of this inning unscathed if you can, or limit the damage, and then B, how many more innings can you give us? Again, at the top, we told you, because Jonas Smith went the full 8 in the 2-0 loss, Ed Service has all of his bullpen available, John.
He does, and he goes to Tommy Steyer. 11 innings pitched for Steyer. He's given up 7 earned, 9 strikeouts to 3 walks. He has given up 3 home runs. And now it's righty-lefty on Hausinger. This at-bat started, and it was 0-2. And 2 balls by Lummel, and that's it for him. What a quick hook.
First pitch, jumps on it. Rhoden goes back and makes the catch. Tagging and scoring is Olsen, and we're tied at 1.
Situation starts with a sacrifice bunt, potentially a wild pitch, and then you let him swing the bat, obviously with 2 strikes, and Jack Hausinger delivers. From here on out, you cannot have Jack Hausinger playing small ball, in my humble opinion. He is on each pitch that he needs to be. That was belt high. It was right there. He does his job, and now the Musketeers have a go-ahead run 90 feet away in Franzoni.
1 down for Andrew Walker. Flew out to right, his first AB. Belts it to right, but foul. Think about the at-bat in totality for Hausinger. As you said, John, all right, small ball. My coach wants small ball, I'm going to try. 2 tries, nothing. takes a couple balls, gets the pitcher out of there. First pitch from the new arm he sees, laces a sac fly RBI. That's a balk, and the Xavier Musketeers will take the lead on a balk by Steyer. And we've seen just about everything in this inning, haven't we? Wow, it's 2-1. Steyer out of the pen, made the mistake. You'll see it. We'll go back and look at it again. But poked to left for the out by Walker, 2 away. You see the hip turn there, John? Very subtle, but the umpires were all over it, and Steyer hanging the head. He knew it.
Absolutely. That's a good heads-up call by the home plate umpire, Keith Segedy.
Well, the base is clean now, 2 away for Monastra, the catcher. Struck out his first AB.
Well, Ed Service just had such a quick hook on Lummel that then I think as Steyer, not that he can't handle it, but Bob, you have to feel a ton of pressure. You're coming in the middle of a count, and it's almost like right there we just saw a glimpse of uncertainty. You're coming into a second and third scenario, 1 out. So Xavier grabs the lead. Self-inflicted errors by the Blue Jays.
Yeah, none of these errors, if you will, go in the error column. It's a mental thing on the balk. It's the wild pitches that got Lummel out of the ball game. The center field with some juice. Hannafin going back. Makes the catch in front of the track. Side retired, but X marks the spot in the top of the third inning. Musketeers put up a 2 spot. They lead it 2-1, middle 3.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
Creighton now looking to respond in the bottom of the third inning, and due up in this inning is the Big East Freshman of the Year, Alan Rhoden, who told us earlier this week about the Creighton culture.
If I had to put one word on it, it'd be preparation. We practice hard all the time. We prepare for every game, every weekend. No matter the opponent, we identify what we need to do to prepare for them, and I think that applies for we're talking about hitting, we're talking about pitching, we're talking about defense. The culture is preparation and hard work and getting ready.
In a series of
Alan Rhoden, just a sensational season. And it's a bit unique in that Alan has been with the program for a couple of years. He used the redshirt option during 2019. In 2020, it's the shortened COVID season, but still technically a freshman by eligibility's sake this season, and he's put in the time, and he has surprised his entire coaching staff. They thought he'd get 30 to 40 at-bats this season. Instead, he's one of the best hitters in the Big East.
Hit .421 in conference play. That's some thumping. Schultz in right, gathers under it and retires Meggs, 1 away.
Yeah, if Kyler Fedko weren't in the Big East, I think that Alan Rhoden could have been argued as the player of the year.
Oh, clearly. Not just freshman of the year, but
player.
Double dip it, right?
For sure, for sure. But Kyler Fedko showed us earlier today why he is the Big East player of the year.
Studley at the plate in the 2-0 win. Here is Rhoden. doubled his first AB. Mighty hack there. Both of his parents, Rhoden's parents, are scientists. And Alan is, well, he's trying to follow in their footsteps. So came around an educated family where education is number one. And he'll work to get his degree as well in Omaha. But it helped keep them centered, helped him balance life and school and sports. Punches it to left. Long run for Walker, but he will get there with room to spare. 2 away.
Well, that just showed Alan Rhoden's power. That ball wasn't even off the barrel of the bat, and he got it to the warning track.
Yeah, loud outs from that kid. 2 away for Mantel, who struck out against Bosacker.
Bosacker just hit 39 pitches. We're talking about a Xavier staff that really is getting what they're asking for from their arms. There was some uncertainty heading into the weekend. Could Xavier get enough pitching? But it's almost as if, Bob, that when you get blown out by UConn, at some point you just eat the game. So by eating it Thursday and taking the loss, they did save up the energy bottle. And I think we're seeing the byproducts of that. Managing for the tournament, not just one game. You take your loss, you swallow your lump, and you respond.
2-1 to Mantel.
And Lane Flam was fantastic last night. He was great.
Bosacker comes inside and catches it 2-2. Mike, what do you got?
There you go. And that's what made Trey Schramm's effort last night for the Musketeers so important. He came in, got those couple of outs at the end of the game. They didn't have to go back into the bullpen for another arm. That really set up today well for the Musketeers.
Bouncing ball to third. Olsen right there. Long throw in time. Side retired. Nice compact inning for Bosacker and the Xavier Musketeers. Their lead is 2-1 after 3.
I'm from Chicago.
Cleveland.
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford.
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand.
Norway. Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose.
I chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy.
philosophy, politics, and the public.
Computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer, and now
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
On our score as we head to the 4th inning here in Mason, Ohio, Prasco Park. It'll be Cushing to lead it off for Xavier. Dimartino to follow, and Hillman. You mentioned the pitching rather, John, of Xavier. Would they have enough? The bullpen for Billy O'Connor, it's been sort of mix and match and go on gut and feel all season long. So in a sense, you talked about the 11-1 loss to UConn. Okay, you don't have to worry about pressing the right button, not making the right gut check call. You just go with it, live to fight another day. And now if you get in a tight ball game here with Creighton, if you're Billy O'Connor, you hope you make that right call. You hope your gut is right.
You do, and you also don't have as big of a sample size as you would in a normal season. So that's what makes this tournament a bit more unique is you had your 2020 season get halted. This season you don't have the luxury of your normal midweek games. at least as many as you would play, for those who did play a few. So the key there is, as a tournament like this goes deeper, you're going to have to rely on some different arms. You don't exactly know what you're going to get the deeper you go. You find out, though, quickly playing playoff baseball.
1-2 pitch. Gilbert froze it for a moment, but it's 2-2.
That service has shown us the message, though. Even though his team gives up the lead in the third inning, the greater message is, hey, the leash, there isn't one. In other words, no, it doesn't mean that there's an unlimited amount that a pitcher could go. That means that he's not even willing to take the dog. He's got the dog right next to him. It's in the chair with him watching TV.
I follow you.
The dog's not walking away, Bob.
Who let the dogs out?
No,
nobody.
Nobody.
No, not Ed.
Not today. Not in a win-or-go-home game.
Skies this one, left center. Webble, Hannafin converge, and Hannafin gets there as Cushing gave it a ride. But again, the wind, it's coming in from left center. It's going to take a mighty, mighty poke to hit it out. Plus, it's 400 there, deepest part of this ballpark. And it's a noisy first out. There you see the breeze. That's coming in from left center. One up and one down. Dimartino, the designated hitter, drew a free pass in the second inning. Dimartino, the Jays know this. He had a great weekend series to close out the regular season against Creighton.
He has a really good motion before he swings. He's really in motion the whole time. If you watch him in the batter's box, that bat's moving, feet are moving. Dimartino's just, he's in motion. Yeah, he had a really good series, 2 for 4 with 2 runs batted in the series opener last weekend against Creighton. Then he went 2 for 4 in game 2. So you're talking about a pair of multi-hit games against the front end of that rotation.
Xavier took games 1 and 2 and then lost the next 2, a pair of 3-2 games. This one with some juice, but Webble gets there. Covered a lot of ground for out number 2. And again, good wood or tin or whatever you want to call it, but the wind just absolutely knocked it down and crushed it, gave it no hope.
That's off the meat of the barrel, and that ball is caught in Webble routinely. The outfielders are playing deep. They respect this Xavier lineup. Musketeers are hitting some balls that might go off the wall on a hot summer day.
And a mighty swing from Himmel here.
But with the wind blowing in, for Creighton, they don't mind playing in this because they get it a lot of TD Ameritrade Park. It's almost like the wind is the negator.
Right.
A taste of TD.
Makes this park even bigger, you're right.
A hitter's park, typically.
1-1 to Hellman. Popped out to the shortstop, his first AB. Steyer looking to go 1-2-3 and get a clean inning here after coming in relief and surrendering the lead. Two-one pitch. Again, up the elevator shaft. Meggs circling. And from where he started, took a long journey to get there, but gathers it in. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Xavier Musketeers. Middle of 4 here in Mason. It's 2-1 Xavier.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
The blusteriness, if that is such a word. It is now because I invented it. Continues here. Going to be this way for this game. Better conditions expected, forecasted for tomorrow's championship at 1 p.m. Eastern. Wind should die down. Temperatures expected in the 60s. Maybe a peak of the sun. We invite you to join us for those festivities over on cable television. FS2 is where you can dial it in. Roper, mighty cut there to kickstart the 4th inning for the Blue Jays. Spry and Gilbert to follow.
Roper singling in the first. Now 2 for his last 22. He has been someone who, when he's on, it can change the Creighton offense. But he's just been mired in a bit of a slump. Good start here today. Has some power if he can get on a pitch.
He's got that swing and miss potential, but as you said, John, he's also got the power. And so if you're Ed Service, you kind of take that trade-off and say every once in a while, give us some pop. Need some offense out of his bat here in Mason. It's the consistency for Roper that's been an issue.
.460 slugging percentage.
Goes down and golfs this one. Franzoni ran out of room.
Oh my goodness. I mean to tell you that the wind might have taken that ball 10 feet.
Yeah, Franzoni, John, started off a couple steps away from the foul line. Thought he might have it. Then he had no chance.
Yeah, this is AFC North weather. I keep saying it, but the Bengals fans would know what I'm talking about. You would know as a Packer fan. But this is Browns-Bengals type of weather. It feels like we should be getting ready for a football game.
Ooh! And Roper, that got the meaty part of the shoulder. He will take first base here in the 4th inning. Nowhere to hide. Glanced off that Big East patch on the left shoulder.
I would think we're seeing a bunt here.
It would stand to reason with Spry at the dish. Righty on lefty. But he swings away. Goes oppo where Walker is. And the catch is made, 1 away.
It's kind of interesting the decisions that you go through there, because look, we both talked about being in favor of putting the bat in somebody's hands, letting them swing. That's a 158 hitter in Spry, and Gilbert is 1 for 1. Gilbert had the double in the second.
He's had big moments. He's had big hits when he gets those opportunities. You're right, John. And another one here. 1 on, 1 out. And a strike there from Gilbert.
A couple of college baseball updates. Nebraska wins the Big Ten championship. The Huskers are champs in the Big Ten. Wright State in the state of Ohio. They take home the Horizon League.
Raiders were the #1 seed in the Horizon League tournament, beat Milwaukee. Just up the road here in Ohio.
Jacksonville wins the Atlantic Sun today. Presbyterian heading to the big dance. They win the Big South. UC Irvine takes home the Big West. That could be an interesting conference in baseball at times.
Strike 3 called on the outer half. And Gilbert winced, not in pain, but just, ooh, why couldn't I pull the trigger there? Bosacker got him. 2 away.
Yeah, just buckled him. Absolutely buckled him. There's nothing you could do. You go, you sit back down. Just a buckler. Great pitch. Well,
4 punch-outs now for Bosacker. And Nolan Clifford. He goes around.
sticking with the national scene. Just checking our friends over at D1 Baseball. They just put out a new bracketology. They have UConn up as a 2 seed now in the Tucson Regional. They have the Huskies firmly in, regardless of what happens tomorrow. Top 20 RPI team, good non-conference strength of schedule, a 2 seed now. And that means you would host, you'd be the home team in your regional opener in a 2-3 game. Important. You'd be going out to a Tucson or a Gainesville or something like that. But the point is, you're in a 2-3 game, you get to be the home team in that.
Slow roller to Cushing. And side retired. Jays get nothing in their half of the fourth. And Xavier continues to stay in front here as we head to the fifth. 2-1 Musketeers.
I'm from Chicago,
Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway, Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science.
because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer, and now
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
Tight ball game here at Prasco Park in Mason, Ohio. Xavier up 2-1 as we maneuver our way into the fifth inning. Blue Jays had a thriller to kickstart their tournament. Knocked off Seton Hall 8-7. That was a wild finish in that one. A ninth inning of fireworks. And then no game yesterday for Creighton, as everything was washed away until the elimination game was finally played at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So the Jays were well rested for their battle with UConn. Fell short earlier today, 2-0. Huskies take it. And the Blue Jays now facing elimination here, unless they rally back. Still time, fifth inning. Schultz to lead off for Xavier here. 1-1. Olson to follow, then back to the top of the order, and Franzoni. Steyer's got that long loop. You'll see it here, the long kind of loopy delivery. It's almost like slow motion. And then it's a snap.
Yeah, and that makes the ball a little bit tougher to read coming out of his hand. He hides it well. See, he really does. You're right, time almost stops for a moment.
Yeah. It's very fluid, and then it gets violent at the end. 2-2 to Schultz.
Almost has a little bit of Lincecum in it.
Ah, good call. Grounded to short. Clifford is there. One away.
Jared Weaver in his prime.
Another good call.
Tim Lincecum had a stretch in his career where he was he might have been the best pitcher in baseball, depending on what day it was. That's just how good he was for a period of time.
Nobody could figure him out.
Nobody could.
He wasn't imposing on the mound by any means.
Yeah.
But his stuff was just so good. Here's Olson, the number 9 hitter. Did some damage back in the third, walked and scored the first 2 runs. Sam takes a strike, 0-2.
Steyer's attacking. And when you have to come in this role of giving up the lead, it's then tied, you balk in a run, so they take the lead. It's one thing to give it up. It's another thing for Xavier to jump out on top. And that came off a balk. How many times you see a pitcher balk and then never be the same?
Messes with their heads.
Yeah, nice response here by Steyer.
Yeah, it really is.
Wow.
And a chase by Olson. Steyer, great movement and a punch out there. His first K since coming on in the 3rd inning, 2 away.
Goes to the outer half. There's no way that Olson could do anything with that. It's off the plate. It's a perfect strikeout pitch.
And top of the order, and Franzoni takes strike 1. Struck out in the first, hit by a pitch, even though he didn't want to. He was awarded first base and then scored the 2nd run of that 2-run third. Uppercut to right. Rhoden is there. Side retired. Good job by Steyer. He goes 1-2-3 on the Musketeers. Middle of 5. 2-1 Xavier.
I'm from Chicago.
Cleveland.
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford.
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand.
Norway. Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose.
I chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy.
philosophy, politics, and the public.
Computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer, and now
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
Number 5 alive here for the Xavier Musketeers. His team in front, 2-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bob Brainerd, John Fanta, Mike Schmoltz. I said Smoltz there for a second. He's not in the John Smoltz Hall of Fame category, so.
I'm often mistaken for that, Bob.
Are you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Often. But then, they ask you to throw the fastball, and then, the deal's off.
Yeah. Instant acknowledgement. No, you're not Smoltz.
It's close.
You're Schmoltz.
And I would encourage everyone to follow at Schmoltzlosophy, which is his Twitter profile name.
Nice. I see what you did there, Mike.
Absolutely. Well, if you're going to share ideas, let's own it.
Hannafin leads it off here for the Blue Jays. Mike, I want to ask you, is the Xavier Gnome, is that thing in the dugout? Have you spotted it?
We haven't yet, and Trevor Olson is the keeper of the gnome, and that is it's a garden gnome. It is a Xavier-themed gnome, and it's become a mascot or a celebratory totem, as they say, for the Xavier Musketeer baseball team, and they found it in the women's soccer locker room when they were changing buildings. So the Height Champion Center was remodeled and became the Height Champion Center. They moved out of Schmidt Fieldhouse where the previous locker rooms were, and the baseball team kind of borrowed the Gnome from the women's soccer team, and the women's soccer team won its first Big East championship, made it to the second round of the NCAAs, and basically the story is, hey, it worked for the soccer team, we're going to keep it. And so far, working pretty well for the Musketeers here in the tournament.
Hannafin gets clipped. Mike, I got breaking news for you. Our crew, our guys, have spotted the Gnome. It's back, and it lives in the Xavier dugout on the Gatorade jug.
Yeah, I think I can see the beard from over here. I'm on the Creighton side.
Ah.
But
Well,
yes, it's part of the fun of baseball, right? You're going to have something.
Oh, absolutely. And baseball players are superstitious. That is not breaking news.
All right. This is absolutely a bunt coming here. I'm telling you right now, if it's not a walk, it's going to be a bunt because Webble's just a 230 hitter. You can hand the bat to Meggs and Rhoden, two 300-plus hitters, big-time bats. You need to move the runner here. Get Hannafin to second base. Lay down a bunt.
Hannafin goes. Pitch out.
Oh!
Throw. In time, punched out. The Musketeers smelled it. They knew it. And the pitch out executed to perfection, and the Gnome helps, of course.
Oh, this is excellently done. And you see Webble tries to protect. This was sniffed out from the start. The Gnome is alive in Mason.
Coincidence?
No.
I think not.
I think not either.
Hausinger, deep throw in the hole. Got him. What a play. And everyone amped up in that Xavier infield now after the throw out at second base. Hausinger, he gets scrappy, he gets dirty, and he makes the play. 2 away.
This is deep in the hole, and Jack Hausinger with a backhand, he has no time to think about this. This is an unconscious type of play. You got to go off your instinct. He's rocking that stash at short, and it looks beautiful on a play like that. Well done, deep in the hole with a speedy Webble, and all of a sudden there's 2 outs.
Yeah, base is clean. So the inning starts, Hannafin gets clipped by Bosacker, and you wonder, okay, rattled? No. Punch out the runner, takes care of that. You get defense behind you from Hausinger. And now Bosacker can just attack the hitter here and try to get out of the 5th inning.
And whereas you would be staring at potentially a 20-pitch inning or something, now he's only about to make his 70th pitch. He could try to get out of this inning and still have room to work 2 or 3 more. This is the scenario, the other side of playing a game last night. By Xavier playing last night, they only play 1 game today. And the way they're pitching right now from a starting pitching perspective, that can bode okay. Keep them in good shape going into a championship Sunday with the way that Lane Flam and Ethan Bosacker have thrown the ball. Ironic because Nick Zwock has been the ace, but he got hit pretty hard on Thursday night against the Huskies.
The second, Cushing. Side retired. Xavier still in front. Heading to the 6th inning in front. A 2-1 lead for the Musketeers. Power of the Gnome.
I'm from Chicago.
Cleveland.
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford.
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand.
Norway. Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose.
I chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy.
philosophy, politics, and the public.
Computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer, and now
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
tell you what, John Fanta, you, Mike, and I start talking about the gnome, and things happen as soon as he gets mentioned. As soon as his presence is brought to the broadcast, things happen in favor of the Xavier Musketeers.
The Gnome started with women's soccer, right, Schmaltzy?
That is correct. So the women's soccer team won its first Big East championship, advanced to the second round of the NCAA tournament, and again, in moving out from one building to the other, the baseball team kind of borrowed the Gnome from the women's soccer locker room. And here we are.
Here we are indeed. Now, if the Gnome gets sent up to pinch hit by Billy O'Connor, I'm going to have a problem, because that's a whole Eddie Goodell thing, and that's been done once before, and once was enough. Look at this, Hausinger going oppo, but Webel had him played perfectly. But I'll tell you what, 38 does not get cheated. His ABs are always productive one way or another. One away.
And a lot of hard hit balls in this game. We had a 2-0 game to start the day and a 2-1 game today. As the afternoon's gone on, this second game. What I think is interesting is, yeah, the conditions play a part. For those wondering, tomorrow's forecast features sunny skies and a high temperature of 66. So we will have some better weather tomorrow.
It's a heat wave.
Yeah.
66.
John, are you going to bring back the shorts for tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so. I think I will.
You know, I've got another thought about the Gnome as I sit here and kind of watching Natali Monastra in the on-deck circle. You know, pretty big guy. Could we put the Gnome maybe on Natali's back and let him catch a couple innings with it if they really need to close out this game?
I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
I think he could handle it.
Then again, Mike, that's a 10th man, and the umpires might have a problem with it.
Well, if it wasn't visible, you know, if it's on the backside.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just try to sneak
like
him
a
in.
Christmas
I got
ornament.
you. Yeah. It's called gamesmanship, right, Mike?
Absolutely. Every advantage. No advantage too small here in elimination baseball.
Too small. I see what you did there with the Gnome. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, 2-2 to Walker.
Oh, that was good.
Andrew today, a couple of fly balls, one to right, one to left, and just got a piece there. He hangs in.
And for those who are wondering why we're punchy, we were on the air at 1:15 a.m. last night.
All for the good of the cause.
Good of the game. Yeah, you guys were first teamers last night, that's for sure. Early this morning, actually. Base hit for Walker to right. He's aboard with one down. Creighton now with 5 base hits in this game. Or I beg your pardon, Xavier now with just 2 base hits. They got 2 runs on 2 hits. Creighton has out-hit the Musketeers 4-2, but the trail on the board. But taking advantage of the situations in that third inning when they tallied twice, a walk and a hit batter. They scored those 2 runs without a hit. Big windup and a strike there. Monastra, who's 0 for 2.
Tommy Steyer's done a good job of keeping Creighton right in this game. I think he's located the ball well. He's not running into walk problems. This is just his 7th appearance.
A little hit and run there as the runner was off, but fouled into the netting.
Guys, I had a chance to make a play there. Did not. Ducked. Chickened out.
Error.
Error?
Put it on the board.
I don't know if it's not an error if I don't attempt, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? If you just duck and run.
Right.
I'll get in the ear hole of the official scorer and make sure it's an E-on-U.
Oh, Greg Watson-Heiser would not give. He would not give Schmaltz an error.
Then that's a homer call right there. 0-2, runner holds and swing and a miss. Mighty cut by the Musketeers catcher, but Steyer wins the battle there. Strikeout, 2 away.
Up the ladder by Tommy Steyer. His 2nd strikeout. and he's just got a lot of faith in his stuff right now. I love the way that Tommy Steyer is throwing the baseball. Locating well, he's pitching to contact. Even though he gives up the base hit, it's okay, he keeps on doing what he's been doing. This is just his 7th appearance of the entire season. And Tommy Steyer's giving Creighton invaluable innings right now because the Blue Jays believe in their offense. They play small ball. They know how to get a run across. They needed someone to be a bridge. Be a bridge in this game. Tommy Steyer has been the bridge.
Yeah, John, no activity in Creighton's bullpen, so they're trusting Steyer right now.
1-0 to Cushing, outside 2-0. And he's had short-term memory, which is vital when you're in a tight ball game. Don't let one hiccup start to avalanche, start to overtake you, get in your kitchen. He's been able to erase the bad things and go back to the good. Focused on the task at hand. Right now, it's fighting a way to retire Cushing here behind 2-0. Rip foul.
Another tight game. Well pitched. Steyer has come in here and he's kept things under control since the balk.
See if we can get a shot here after this pitch of that splint that Cushing has on his right hand. No, we won't. Muscles it to Mantel at third, who muscles it across the diamond. Side retired. Now the standoff continues here, and a tight one as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Xavier 2, Creighton 1. In elimination game, we roll on.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
Bottom 6, there's your score here in Mason, Ohio. On a day like today, John Fanta, hard to tell if the dugout has nervous energy or if they're just trying to keep the extremities warm. It might be a little bit of both.
It's both, and it's more of the former.
High anxiety, to be sure. Your season on the line. Will we play on Sunday or not? Right now, this game up for grabs. Creighton, another turn here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They've out-hit Xavier 4-2, but trail by Italian. Rhoden to lead it off. Double for him back in the 1st inning, stranded at third, and he flew out a noisy out to left field in the 3rd.
On the back half of this lineup for Creighton, that's been the area. It's been the Achilles heel. So when guys like Meggs and Rhoden and Mantel come up, now you got Rhoden and Mantel. Your next two up. What I look at, Bob, is we're in the bottom of the 6th. And the next time these two come up could be the 8th, if not the 9th.
Ooh. Oh, it got him. That pitch was close, and I thought, wow, how can Rhoden take that? He took it because it clipped him. So he'll get first base. hit by a pitch,
Did it?
tying run aboard. Boy, tough angle there. If it got him, it barely got him.
Wow.
So now Mantel's turn. Takes a strike. Here's another look. And from there,
I don't think that ball touched him.
So when we saw,
I mean, and now he's at second base.
yeah,
Now he's at second base. So even if it did touch him, Bob, it barely clips him, and now a wild pitch has the tying run at second base.
so when Franzoni did get hit, he stood there and wanted to stay in the batter's box, right? When Rhoden doesn't look like he got hit, he trots down to first.
And Franzoni scored on a balk.
That's right. So,
Evens out. It always evens out.
Yeah.
At least it seems like it does.
now the cat and mouse continues here with Bosacker and Mantel. 1-1 on the way. And out of play.
Man, isn't this fun? You get in the bottom of the sixth, 2-1 game, win or go home. Neither one of these teams is an at-large team for the NCAA tournament. UConn certainly should hear their name called regardless of what happens the rest of the weekend. They're in the driver's seat for this championship. But these two teams are fighting for their lives. Intensity picks up. Here we go.
Swing and a miss. Mantel tried to poke it to the factory up and over the wall in left field. One away, still work to do for Bosacker. Here is Roper, the first baseman.
Well, Bosacker stays on the outer half. This is what he's done with right-handed hitters today. He stays on the outside portion of the plate. That is what we saw earlier today.
And now Dax Roper. Again, a spot where Ed Service needs some offense from this big power hitter.
I was going to say, I think that in a lot of ways, Ethan Bosacker's taken a page out of Ben Kasparius' book. He had to be watching the way Kasparius for UConn was pitching to Creighton. It was on the outer half of the plate to righties.
Just missing there, 2-0. Spry, the designated hitter, would hit next, but waiting on deck, pinch hitter Matt Farman, a lefty redshirt freshman. Ed Service going to go lefty-righty here after Roper's AB. And a strike poured in there, 2-1.
I am really impressed with Bosacker and, for that matter, Tommy Steyer. Both pitchers that are in this game right now have battled back from being down in the count. They still trust their stuff.
Checks the runner. Delivers, but outside, 3-1.
This is it right here for Roper. Ed Service has been talking about Dax Roper having the breakout hit. And he had a single in the first, hit by a pitch in the fourth. Now you got a 3-1 count, big green light, because if you can plug a gap, this ball game is tied.
Hits it to left. Walker giving chase. Makes the grab. Ball kind of deadened, John, off the bat of Roper. He tried to muscle it out. But again, dead man's territory out there in left center with the wind blowing in. So there's two away.
Yeah, this ball did die, and it was played well by Walker. He got a good jump on it. Not far from the track, but there's your second out. And Roper got on it. Now here's the redshirt freshman, Matt Farman, who actually was ranked the number 5 freshman hitter by D1Baseball.com back in 2020. He's got some pop.
Takes a strike.
This is someone who Ed Service has to have a lot of faith in. You're down a run. You're running out of outs in this game. Tying run at second, and Farman with a massive opportunity.
Off the end of the bat, roller to Cushing. Gets there, fires, side retired. No damage done. Means Xavier stays in front on the scoreboard here in Mason, Ohio. Musketeers 2, Blue Jays 1. To the 7th we go at the Big East Baseball Tournament.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
Coming into this tournament, the bats were hot for many of these ball clubs. You had teams like UConn scoring in double digits at will. We had a great game to kick things off with Creighton beating Seton Hall. Bunch of runs in the 9th inning, 8-7 final there. But now the pitching is settled in, John Fanta, and we have seen some arms on display.
Typically in a conference tournament or an NCAA regional, as the weekend goes on, we see more runs or we see a blowout because eventually a pitching staff gives out. But today, we have seen Creighton get some really good pitching. You go back to what Jonah Smith did for the Blue Jays in Game 1 earlier today. He gave up the 2 runs, but nothing more. And the Creighton bullpen rested, and now I think what Tommy Steyer's done has been admirable. He's been terrific. 4 innings, just 1 hit given up, no earned runs, 2 strikeouts, no walks. That's what I love the most, no walks.
Bouncing ball to short. Clifford is there. 1 away. And we had Jim Penders on, UConn head coach, and he said, look, it's tough on the hitters out there. He knows about the conditions. We've talked about the wind ad nauseum today, but it's a fact. Anything to left is going to get knocked down. We've seen it happen in this game. And just the conditions. Yeah, they've played in it all season long, but you'd rather have that warmth where your arm gets heated and you're up there and you don't have to do a whole lot of gyrations to get yourself ready in the box. So advantage pitchers today, and they're taking advantage.
They are. You still have to make the right pitches. You still have to avoid the walks. This has been a really cleanly played day of baseball. And again, for Creighton, they got to feel a little bit sour because the reason that this game's not tied is a balk. Like, yeah, you gave up the lead on a sac fly.
Base hit by Hellman. First single for him today, board with 1 away. No, it's, John, to your point, it's the little things, right? Sometimes games are decided by the little things, and this game shaping up to be that way too. Is that the little thing that actually determines the outcome of this baseball game?
Yeah, guys, and one more little thing to remember. Remember the big foul ball, the first, second inning from Dax Roper that was blown foul by the wind?
Yeah.
That could have been a whole different story right now.
Yeah, good point, Mike.
How about Schmaltzy going the extra mile?
Always does. That's a fair ball. Mantel knocks it down, and everybody's going to be safe. Schultz jumping on that first pitch from Steyer. Mantel was there, gloved it, but only could knock it down, and then had no play, had to eat it.
Guys, that ball might have been foul if he didn't play it in front of the bag. That thing was moving over towards the line. He came up and tried to make the play there.
And right on cue, the little things. If you're Mantel, do you gamble and say it's going foul? And if it doesn't, you've got bigger issues? He tried to make the play. 2 aboard with 1 down for Olsen. Takes a strike. Square trying to move the runners over, even if it cost you an out. He wants Franzoni at the plate with an opportunity to bang a pair in.
Guys, Paul Bergstrom has started here in the Creighton bullpen, and Xavier had Jonathan Kelly up a little bit earlier. So both teams thinking down the road right now.
Yeah, you want to get the ball, you want to get the bat in Franzoni's hands. Bunt here.
Oh, behind him. Can't bunt there. Unless you corkscrew yourself and turn around. You see the Jays bullpen, Bergstrom, getting loose.
This is a huge AB because Olsen is 0 for 6 in this tournament. He does not have a hit. He's just a 130 hitter. Throw him a strike here if you're Steyer. Live with the situation. Get the out and pitch to Franzoni.
Squares again, pops it up, and it's caught by Steyer, and everyone has to stay put. The little things, not getting the bunt down 2 away.
Even better. And nice job by Steyer. A lot of pitchers have trouble moving off the mound at times, making the catch like this. And he was ready for it. Good quickness. Being able to field your position as a pitcher is such an underrated, undervalued quality by the common fan or viewer of the game. But it's something that the scouts are always looking for. Really nice job by Steyer. Now you face Franzoni. He's 0 for 2 today. And this is the guy you do want. You want righty on righty. I actually think this could be Steyer's final hitter. I don't think he would face Hausinger, the lefty. I think they go to Bergstrom.
Rips at the first pitch. It's off the glove of Mantel. Bases are loaded with Musketeers, and Mantel, all kinds of adventures at the hot corner.
Well, and to the point, I think we're going to see the move right now. Bergstrom should be pitching to Hausinger. This should not be Steyer.
Slow walk from Ed Service as you get a look, and Mantel, boy, if he can glove that out of trouble, out of the inning, Steyer lives to get through it. Instead, he gets the hook. So the bases are loaded with Musketeers and 2 away. Pitching change, we step aside here in Mason.
I'm from Chicago.
Cleveland.
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford.
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand.
Norway. Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose.
I chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy.
philosophy, politics, and the public.
Computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer, and now
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
Creighton Blue Jays in trouble here in the 7th inning. Bases are loaded, 2 down. They go to their Big East second teamer, the lefty, Paul Bergstrom.
The sophomore's making his 17th appearance on the season. He's been nails on the Creighton bullpen. 1.16 ERA. In 31 innings, he's only allowed 4 earned runs, 27 strikeouts, just 10 walks. 217 opposing batting average. Paul Bergstrom is a powerful lefty who has gotten the job done for Ed Service before, and now he has the task of facing Xavier's hottest hitter, Jack Hausinger, with the bases loaded and 2 outs in a 1-run game.
So lefty on lefty here. Bergstrom throws between 87 and 89 with the breaking ball. Comes out of that 3/4 arm slot. But yes, scrappy hitter, good hitter in Hausinger with the bases loaded for Xavier here in the 7th. Pivotal AB, pivotal pitches coming from Bergstrom.
Hausinger's an aggressive hitter. Would not surprise me at all to see him first pitch swinging.
He was, and he missed it, 0-1.
Yeah, because Bergstrom didn't start him with a fastball. He went off speed. That's an excellent start to the at-bat. Bergstrom was nails last Saturday against Xavier. He went 6 innings. He did not give up a run. And Hausinger was 0 for 3 against him with 2 strikeouts. So Ed Service playing the matchup.
Outside, try to get Hausinger to chase. Hellman's the runner at third, Schultz out at second, and Franzoni at first.
With the bases loaded this year, Hausinger is hitting .429.
Squeezed by Gilbert, 2-1. Gilbert's job, try to keep everything in front. The backstop here at Prasco is close. So sometimes even a wild pitch, it can carry them back to you. So if you're a base runner, do not assume that you're trotting home on a wild pitch or a pass ball. This one, gloved by Roper. Put a cape on him at first. He makes the play to keep this game a 1-run contest. Full extension, John.
Walking a tight rope. Dax Roper makes the play of the game to keep it at 1. Playoff baseball, baby.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
Well, Ethan Bosacker is still in front on the scoreboard. He was hopeful, and the Xavier dugout thought for a moment off the bat of Hausinger, we got a bigger cushion. But a snag at first base by Dax Roper keeps this a 2-1 ball game. One more look, because if Roper doesn't get here and glove it, then you know what happens. That's at least a pair. And all smiles, happy, happy, joy, joy in that Creighton dugout. They know the implications. Their defense, you talk about it each and every game with the Creighton Blue Jays. Ed Service says they stress throwing, but it's the leather too. You've got to be in the right place at the right time and make those plays.
You really do. And Roper, just terrific extension to make that play. Not easy as a first baseman, but what I just continue to see what we continue to see is Ethan Bosacker. It's like there's nothing else going on around this kid. Look at the look on his face. That is a look of determination.
He wants it now. Knows that what he does is pivotal in a one-run contest this late, bottom of 7.
Just hit 90 pitches.
Oh, my goodness. Gilbert frozen at the plate. Punch out number 6.
Reservation for Uncle Charlie. And he stalks the mound with a fist pump and a walk back. That is the look of a man on a mission. Ethan Bosacker, it is his game. This is why you come to Xavier. This is why you make the decision to play for Billy O'Connor. You know, you're aware of the fact that the program's won 3 Big East titles in the last 7 years. Now it's his time.
They take on the persona of their coach.
They do.
Billy was a grinder. He was a gamer. He was intense, and he carries that with him. He talks to them a lot about believing, having confidence in yourself. And coming into this tournament, not looking at the field and saying, well, we're the number 4 seed out of 4 teams. Well, here they are trying to cobble their way all the way to play for the Big East Championship against UConn. That's what's instilled from their head coach on down. 3-1 the count to Clifford. And now it's full.
I agree with the red light there. It bears noting Ethan Bosacker has not walked a hitter. He has not walked anybody today. So if you're Clifford, you got to anticipate this being in the strike zone.
And it is, but fouled off. Dial back to the first inning, John. Creighton got the run on 3 base hits. Gilbert doubled in the second inning. Since then, hitless. And that's on Bosacker. He has been nothing but a bulldog. Induces a ground ball here to Cushing, 2 away. And the potential was there for Creighton to explode. Run in the first, and then the double, and it's like, uh-oh, here we go. But Bosacker took it upon himself to be better. And again, Creighton hitless from that leadoff double in the second on. They have been held in check.
Well, the irony of everything is that Creighton in the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings had someone hit by a pitch. And outside of that, Bosacker has been perfect. Perfect. No walks. He's hit 3. He hasn't walked a batter. When will you ever see that in an outing? That's very rare.
Yeah. Bizarro baseball.
Wow. This kid is just pounding the zone. He just made his 100th pitch. And I think he's going to go into the 8th inning.
Why not? Ooh. Hannafin.
was trying to.
Yeah, he was trying to sell that he got hit.
That's a sign of a hitter who knows he's facing a pitcher who's locked in.
Yeah. You're willing to take anything, any way to get on base. Webble is on deck if Hannafin can find a way. Bosacker, 2-2. Launch to left center. Walker giving chase, going back. It bounces off the wall. Finally a base hit for the Jays. They strike here in the 7th with a Hannafin double. Well, it took a long time. The double back in the 2nd, and finally, says Creighton, another double, and just like that, John, tying run aboard.
The walk-off hero from Thursday coming up huge here to give the Blue Jays a threat. And all it takes is one swing. Hanifan sat back on that. That was middle of the plate. It was above belt high. It was in his happy zone. And now here is David Webble, who wasn't supposed to be in this slot. Parker Upton, though, with a hip injury. Webble with the opportunity now.
And it was Webble who greeted Bosacker back in the first inning with a single and scored the lone run for the Jays.
And that shows the confidence that Bosacker has in his stuff this deep into a game, to start with a breaking ball and throw it for a strike on his 105th pitch of the day. This is a career outing for Ethan Bosacker. In the biggest outing of his career, he has pitched the best.
Guys, let's give some credit to Hanifan on that, too. That's just his second double of the year, and the Musketeers were playing him a little bit shallow. He took that ball and drove it out to the track.
Yeah, good point, Mike. And not easy there. Got to keep the ball down so the wind doesn't knock it down. On the appeal, no, says first base umpire Joe Cruz. So it's 1-1.
Yeah, Mike, in the midst of the outfield, really playing to the wind effectively for the most part today. That's an instance where Hanifan got on it.
To center field, but playable. Hellman makes the grab. Some nervous moments indeed for Xavier. However, the fans here, the locals, give their pitcher a standing ovation. Their team after 7 is in front 2-1.
I'm from Chicago.
Cleveland.
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford.
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand.
Norway. Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose.
I chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy.
philosophy, politics, and the public.
Computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer, and now
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
Well, the question is, John Fanta, will it be a picture-perfect finish in 2021 for this Xavier Musketeers squad? They know what it's like to get there and finish what they started.
They really do. Starting in 2014 in Brooklyn at MCU Park, Trent Estelle, the complete game 3-hit shutout. Mitch Elliott, guys like Dan Rizzi, Andre Jernigan, Joe Gellenbeck. So many big-time players. Even Ryan Altenberger, part of this Xavier team. Just so many greats through the years. Trey Schramm, who's still here. Xavier has the experience still. Guys that have been part of championship victories. They're playing like it this afternoon.
Andrew Walker down 0-2. He'll kickstart the top of the 8th inning here for Xavier, nursing that 2-1 lead.
Well, Bergstrom, this is nothing new for him. Paul Bergstrom's an outstanding reliever for Creighton. You know, this is a terrific stat from Rob Anderson. Just got this. Bergstrom has inherited 24 runners on the season. Only 5 have scored. So to leave the bases loaded in the previous inning, huge. And there he is.
A big wave there by Walker at that Bergstrom pitch. Strikeout to start the 8th. 1 away. Here's Monastra, the catcher. I want to get the proper pronunciation on his first name. and it's Natali.
Yeah.
But I was told, just call him Nate. Because the last catcher we had was Nate, and Billy O'Connor said, you know what, you're just all Nate. If you're a catcher, you're all Nate, so everybody's Nate. Easy peasy, keep it simple. Nate today is 0 for 3 with a pair of Ks.
Well, the 4 through 6 hitters, 0 for 8 in this game for Xavier. You're just going back. We think back to an inning ago. This game is over. This game is over. Unless Dax Roper does what he did. Bases loaded, 2 outs. If he doesn't dive and make the play to his right, Bob, this is a 4-1 game. And look, is it a bit bold? Yeah, but you know what? Xavier has a home crowd here. They would have taken the remaining momentum in this game. They would have really, really had to unravel. And the way that Creighton's hit and not having Upton, it's tough.
Tough handle for Mantel. He'll try it and get it. Stay with the play, Mantel. Nicely done.
That was just such a resilient play by Mantel. Take another look here. And it's actually out of the box. Monastra, by looking at Mantel, might have lost a half a step there. He's looking at the fielder too much there.
And Ryan's had some tough chances over there. A couple of balls that ate him up. Some hot smashes down the line. And that one, like a goalie, he just body blocked it into the dirt to give himself a chance. 2 away for Cushing, the second baseman. 0 for 3 today. And a cut there, 0-2.
Man, Bergstrom is phenomenal. That's why he's an all Big East selection.
And he's ready to pitch.
Yes, he is.
Cushing wanted to step out. And
Yeah, this game for me now isn't about the whether or not Creighton's pitching can keep Xavier at 2. It's whether or not Xavier can keep the lead. Bosacker's done his part.
And I think, John, bottom of 8, Bosacker, if he went cleanly in the 7th, maybe he gets the ball for the 8th inning. Now, he gave up the double, got out of it, kept the lead. But will that mean Billy O'Connor goes to the pen for the 8th and 9th? That is definitely a hit by pitch. Cushing was hopping out of the box, tried to get out of the way and couldn't.
This just runs in. Oh, that is off a tough part. Right on the inside of the knee.
Yeah.
I thought for a second it was a little bit lower. That's a really weird place to get hit. There's some bone there. It's a good thing that he's all right. It was on a breaking pitch.
Yeah, it wasn't some heat from Bergstrom, but nevertheless, get on that bony part there, that'll leave a mark. So he's aboard with 2 down. Dimartino, the DH, a walk in 3 trips.
Well, and a guy that doesn't strike out much. So you have a hitter right now, Dimartino. I'm looking at the right side. Outfield playing deep. There's a rather large gap in left center. But right side of the infield, he's got some room.
And there's a base hit. Room to spare for a 2-out single.
Yeah, he just does not strike out. So when you have a hitter like that who gets the count in his favor, watch what Dimartino does. This is a hitter who extends the hands perfectly. He just does with it what he can. It's an excellent piece of hitting to keep the inning going, and Ed Service is going to make a pitching change.
It'll be the 4th pitcher of the afternoon for the Blue Jays. We'll take a break, step aside. When we come back, we'll reset things here in Mason. 2-1, Xavier in front.
I'm from Chicago.
Cleveland.
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford.
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand.
Norway. Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose.
I chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy.
philosophy, politics, and the public.
Computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer, and now
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
The Blue Jays closer is that young man, John Sikowski. Now, he's not on to close it. He's on to preserve it and get the final out here in the 8th inning. Could get a chance to close things out if he does that, A, and then B, the offense takes the lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. But first things first, Sikowski comes on with 2 on and 2 away. Throws 88 to 90, different arm slots on his delivery. Great deception. Hitters are oftentimes guessing where the ball is coming from against Sikowski.
John Sikowski was big time in Creighton being able to secure the 2019 Big East Championship. In that championship game against Xavier, he had the shutdown innings. Now he has to have the shutdown out to keep the Jays within 1 and really still feeling alive in this win or go home showdown.
And Alex Hellman will take his swings. But Sikowski, little dance off the mound first.
Guys, Hellman's come up with some big hits for the Musketeers this season. Walk-off home run to beat Connecticut. Can he do it again here in a big situation?
Gilbert keeps it in front, 1-0. Right now, if you're Hellman and the Musketeers, okay, big guy, if you blast one, that's fine, but we'll take a single, maybe up our lead to 3-1. In a game like this, it could be huge. Huge spot for him and for Sikowski. And again, all this time, does Bosacker return? Long time sitting in the dugout, too. See if Xavier goes to the pen and what the lead may be. Trying to extend it here. 2-1.
John Sikowski, he has inherited 9 runners before this game. None of them have come around to score. And another note, Creighton's 9th inning rally against Seton Hall Thursday, it was Meggs, Rhoden, and Mantel who hit in that rally. They are all due up in the bottom half of the 8th inning as the plot thickens in Mason.
Ooh, deja vu. 2-1. Launch to right center. Rhoden goes right, then left, camps and catches. Battling the wind, but stranding a pair to keep this game nail-biting time. 2-1 our score, Xavier over Creighton.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
Well, our official answer to the burning question on Ethan Bosacker, would he return? He will not. His day is done. Pitched 7 innings, gave up a run on 5 hits, struck out 6, walked 0, and he threw 107 pitches. On to pitch here in the 8th is number 8, Jonathan Kelly. He's a big right-hander who loves to be in big situations and help finish games for the Xavier Musketeers. And back to Ethan Bosacker, John, and wow, did he deliver on the big stage.
He was terrific. 7 innings pitched. He strikes out 6. He didn't walk anybody. Kept on pounding the outer half of the plate. He had emotion. He had a great sense of focus, and he kept Creighton's hitters off guard because he did a really good job of locating. And for Ethan Bosacker, a career day. A career day and a lot to be proud of. If you are the Xavier starting pitcher, just a sophomore, Bob, that's scary for the rest of the Big East.
Mm-hmm.
He's got many more big starts in front of him. And you think about the fact that last weekend he got tagged. Well, he comes back here today, and he was very good for the Xavier Musketeers. This is somebody who just did a great job of locating from the start, establishing his fastball, and making it happen.
Now for Billy O'Connor, talked earlier in the week about his bullpen. He says, look, we've got the arms out there. It's a matter of plugging in the right one in the right situation. It hasn't been so clear cut. Roles have not been defined. So there's a lot of times that O'Connor will go with his gut, go on field, go based on the situation. He's going with Kelly here to at least try to get him through the 8th inning. But it's not been very cookie cutter where you say, you're a 6th inning guy, you're a 7, you're an 8, you're the closer.
Hey,
facing Meggs here, then Rhoden, then Mantel. So 2, 3, 4. And Kelly, right out of the chute, 0-2.
Guys, Kelly was a little bit nicked up, and that's why you hadn't seen him recently. He kind of came back in the Georgetown series, which was right before that season-ending series here with Creighton. So good fastball, good breaking ball, and he's shown it right there.
Oh, did he ever?
Check swing, and they ring him up. Joe Cruz at first base says, you went around, 1 down.
Checking out the Musketeers alignment, too. Billy O'Connor's gone defense there. So Jackson Kaplowitz in at first base for Anzoni's out in right. So they switched that, and Sexton in at center field. So a little more speed in the outfield, at least in center with Sexton.
Great catch, Mike. Thanks for the update. There you see the changes. 1 up and 1 down.
You know, this is all coming a week after these two teams met in Omaha. And Jonathan Kelly took the loss last week to this Creighton team. 3 innings, 2 runs, given up. He's a strikeout pitcher, but he is capable of giving up a run. It's not like he's someone who's perfect. What I just think right now is what's happening, Bob. This Xavier pitching staff's just feeding off each other. There's just a ton of energy coming from that dugout, and they are pitching their way, or trying to anyways, to a championship game.
He's ahead of a very tough hitter in Alan Rhoden. 0-2 on the way. Strike 3 called. Kelly dials it up. 2 away. And they're feeding off the home cooking here at Prasco Park.
This is a curveball. What a biter on the inside corner. And like Joe Kelly, a long look back to the plate.
No relation, we don't think.
No, although the look with the glasses.
Oh, the look? Yeah, maybe. Maybe there's some bloodlines. 2 up, 2 down. Kelly with back-to-back punch-outs. Now Ryan Mantel.
That was as nasty of a curveball as we have seen this weekend.
Mantel today, nothing in 3 trips. A pair of Ks. Those all came against Bosacker.
This Xavier team lost 11-1 on Thursday.
Not the same crew today.
That's a credit to Billy O'Connor.
1-1 to short. Hausinger's there. And the Xavier Musketeers are back in the dugout, taking this game to the 9th inning in Mason, Ohio. Xavier 2, Creighton 1, top of 9. Drama unfolding here in Ohio.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
What a ball game here at Prasco Park. What a pair of ball games so far. 2-0 in game one, 2-1 here as we go to the 9th inning. Take us back. We have Billy O'Connor on. They lose 11-1. And recall, John Fanta, what did he tell his guys when they got on the bus that night?
He said, if you don't believe in us, get off the bus. You can take a hike. This group has to come together right now. What went on Thursday night, that's in the past. It's a double elimination tournament for a reason. We can respond from this. And they have done exactly that. And with Billy O'Connor, he knows what it takes to win championships. In 2009, as a player with the Musketeers, he led them to their first NCAA tournament with an A-10 title. Now as the skipper, he has established the belief on this team, the belief that has them 3 outs away from heading to Championship Sunday.
Sikowski back out there. Got that final out in the 8th inning. Now his mission, not to close this, but to close out the inning. Keep it a 1-run contest. Off the end of the bat and gloved by Meggs. And there's one down. Schultz retired. Olson will be the batter. If you're looking ahead to the Creighton 9th, 5, 6, and 7 are scheduled. Roper, Farman is now in the DH slot. We'll see if he hits. And then Gilbert the catcher. That's your schedule, Blue Jays, 5, 6, and 7.
Just one hit since the 2nd inning for this Creighton team. They just have not been able to find enough hitting.
And couldn't scratch out a run against UConn. Got a run in the first in this ball game. And I thought, John, you thought, okay, here come the Blue Jay bats. They got shut down, they shake it off, they'll start swinging. And they tallied in the first, and you thought, here they come. But it's been quiet ever since.
Guys, looking ahead a little bit, Sterling Hayes has picked up a bat here in the Creighton dugout. We may see him come out to try to rally this Creighton team here in the bottom of the half of the inning.
Schultz, what's the attitude like down there in the Creighton dugout?
It's good. They're up on the rail. They're up on the rail. They're behind, their pitcher right now. And I think there's some energy. This is what Ed Service was talking about before the game. Can this team grasp the intensity of elimination playoff baseball? They get a chance to do it here. They just need to understand the situation a bit better.
3-1, tried to sneak it inside and can't. It's a walk for Olson. And danger zone here for Creighton. Be careful. Back to the top of the order and the loop chant out for Franzoni. his day. Strikeout in the first, hit by a pitch and scored on a balk in the third. That's the difference on the scoreboard in this game.
Yeah, really something to give up the tie on a balk. That was the moment in this game that you look back on, and if you're Creighton, you're thinking, man, because the fact is, if you're the Blue Jays, you gave up 2 runs in game 1 earlier today, a Kyler Fedko solo shot, no shame in that, then a sac fly. It wasn't even a big RBI hit. UConn did what they needed to do, but in this game, it's been a balk. That's where the difference is.
The strangeness of baseball.
Wild stuff. You know, that's what you look back on in the third inning. Self-inflicted error is what gives Xavier the lead. Now, Franzoni did have the game-winning homer in the top of the ninth versus John Sikowski last week, so Sikowski has to be careful even at 0-2.
Let's go back to the balk, because right now, this may be your game-winning play. Right there, that's it. That'll make the highlight reel, because it has to. Made it 2-1, and it's holding up here in the ninth inning. Upstairs by a tad, 2-2 to Franzoni.
I'll tell you, I want to give credit to Keith Seghetti, the home plate umpire. I think he's called a very fair strike zone in this game. We often talk about umpires or officials for that matter, for the wrong reasons. This has been a really good strike zone, clean. Throughout the day, this crew's been very strong.
And he's had to deal with players both sides, hit by a pitch, or sometimes not, or sometimes maybe. We talked earlier about the little things of this game, and there's been so many little things that when you look back, both teams will look back. And now time is called. Billy O'Connor jumped out of the dugout, I believe. Maybe checking the count. It's 2-2. Strike 3. That'll reset the count on a great pitch by Sikowski. 2 away.
And that just catches the corner. It's right there, and it is in a perfect spot. It's right at the knees. You could argue that it might be a bit low, but that's close. Tough to lay off that pitch, and Franzoni didn't like it. But now here's the big one. Jack Hausinger at the plate. Small in stature, big in impact throughout this week. And the doubles leader, too, for the Musketeers. And you need to be in a no-doubles defense in the outfield right now. They're playing deep, but they know you cannot let a ball get to the wall, Bob.
There's a gap in right center if Hausinger wants to go that way. Webel is shallow and left. Center and right, though, respecting the power of Hausinger.
Yeah, there is a gap in right center. They're playing deep, but look at that gap. That's a good look at it. Out in right center.
Yeah, Hannafin even shading to the left side of the second base bag. And for Sikowski, sometimes closers, they're only wired one way. I'm on to close a game because we have the lead. Sikowski has to have that mentality even though he trails 2-1.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, you're keeping the game saved, even though it's not a save. So you're keeping this game in line at 2-1, and you know that you have the hitters. While the offense has struggled throughout the day, you still have a team that never stops believing and that can put a base runner on, play some small ball, make some things happen. And if you're Sikowski and you get out of it right here, all the pressure goes to Xavier. All of the pressure goes to the Musketeers to finish.
Right now, Sikowski trying to finish this inning. 2-2 with 2 down. Upstairs, count is full. So Olsen off and running with the pitch.
Well, and if Hausinger does get on via a walk, you have Andrew Sexton next, who is not a strong hitter. It's not the end of the world if you give up a walk. Sikowski's not wired like that. He's going to try to pound it.
Hausinger pounds it to right, but Rhoden, circling under, has room and makes the catch along the wall. That ball carried, but Rhoden was there, and we go to the bottom of the 9th inning in Mason, Ohio. Can Creighton walk it off? Can they tie it? Can Xavier keep it and punch their ticket to the championship tomorrow?
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
Right-hander Jonathan Kelly. He will get the baseball here, trying to close things out in the bottom of the 9th inning. And Xavier, the host school, the locals, they want to play on Sunday against UConn. It would take a doubleheader sweep to claim the championship, but first things first, you have to get there. And this game has been 2-1 since the 3rd inning.
Guys, Roper's going to lead off here in his spot, and then Sterling Hayes will be up next. He's in the on-deck circle.
Thank you, Michael. Yeah, Spry started as a DH. Farman was a pinch hitter for him. And then we will see Hayes as the second batter here in the 9th inning.
Trey Schramm up in the Musketeer bullpen as well.
Mike keeping tabs on everything going on. All the wheels are turning here in a 2-1 ball game. And Roper first pitch swinging, no surprise. He singled in the first, was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning, and then flew out to left in the 6th.
He's a fly ball hitter.
Kelly upstairs, 1-1.
Dax Roper is someone that they've been waiting for. Ed Service has called him an X factor. Now is the time for him. He did single in the first, as you said. He's reached base safely twice. They just need a base runner.
Just low, 2-1. And barking from the X-Men. An advantage Roper now. Kelly a long look. Rocks and fires. 3-1. Now this is where the feel of the bullpen comes in for Billy O'Connor. How long is the leash? When do I make the move? Do I make a move?
You make the move. If he puts him on here, you make the move. You go to Schramm. You trust in Schramm. You don't let him continue to pitch if he puts a base runner on. Kelly's done a good job, but you can't keep him in there if he walks him.
And he does. Ball 4, tying run aboard. Creighton season and game alive. Bullpen continues to warm. No move yet.
And here's Sterling Hayes. Pinch hitting now in this spot.
Hayes did not start in this ball game, played first base in the UConn game. But now, an opportunity for number 2. And more action in the bullpen for Xavier. Squares, fouls it off. Did not look good there, did not look comfortable trying to lay down the bunt.
Not at all, and he should have taken it back because that was a ball. And so he didn't pull it back, and that's what happens. But for Sterling Hayes, 0 for 3 earlier today in these 2 for his last 33. He's there to bunt. Yeah.
And takes a strike, and now down 0-2.
You got to get it down. You're 2 for your last 33, and you foul off the first pitch squaring a bunt, and then you don't put it around on a fastball. He's up there to bunt, and he can't get it down. So that's just a failure.
Kelly. Wanted Hayes to chase. Battle continues, 1-2. Tying run aboard, Roper at first base for Creighton.
And I know that sounds harsh, Bob, but if you're up there to get the bunt down and play the small ball, it's got to happen then. It has to happen. Hopefully he can come through for his sake.
Fights it off foul. Xavier, 2 runs on 6. Creighton 1 on 5. Hayes, the 1-2 from Kelly. Launches to left, but Walker has room. Into the wind it goes, and it dies there for out number 1. Gave it a ride, John, but again, Mother Nature, she's been acting very stingy and left all day long.
Yeah, good piece of hitting, good swing by Hayes. And so now it goes into the hands of Garrett Gilbert. Backup catcher for Creighton, but he doubled back in the second.
Had some big hits in limited ABs this year. Massive cut there, 0-1. Kelly, little tapper out front, stays fair, and guess what? The Jays are in business. Tying run at second, winning run at first on a ball that went all of, 20 feet?
This is incredible. It's essentially a swinging bunt. Gilbert, some fortune for Creighton. It comes a batter later, but they get the runner to second. And an opportunity here for the Blue Jays with Clifford coming to the dish. And I got to tell you, this is serious faith in Jonathan Kelly. I do think that the thought crosses my mind, at least, knowing how good Trey Schramm's been throughout his career in these types of spots in the Big East tournament. I'm just wondering Billy O'Connor's thoughts here, because you got Schramm warming up. He closed out the game last night with the save. They're going to keep Kelly, and Kelly's stuff has been good. this is a serious test for him.
Yeah, only thing here, John, Kelly stuff's a lot better, like you just said. Schramm's a contact pitcher, and in a one-run game, do you want your contact guy in there?
Boy, that almost hit Hannafin. Sailed in high and tight. Jays almost had the bases loaded with one out. Beg your pardon, this is Clifford at the plate. Hannafin in the on-deck circle. And Clifford, 2-0. Kelly still out there, bullpen still active for Xavier. There's a strike. And we heard the noise, the racket from the locals here in that Xavier dugout. Now the Creighton side. They've got some fandom here that made the road trip, and the Jays trying to get the juice in the building.
What a spot for a freshman, Nolan Clifford.
Sawed him off. Is there room for Olsen? No.
You know, Nolan Clifford is only the second true freshman shortstop for Creighton in the Ed Service era.
Yeah, Elliot Soto in the Angels organization. He was the first and only. Tells you a lot about the makeup of Clifford.
You think of Nicky Lopez, and he wasn't one of them. And he's in the majors now doing big things with the Royals. So that just tells you what they think of Nolan Clifford at the plate right now.
Big spot, 2-2. Swing and a miss! Kelly delivers! Two away. And now that juice, that electricity, shifts from Creighton back over to the X-Men. They're 1 out away from a trip to the championship on Sunday. Still work to do for Kelly. He keeps the baseball. Hannafin, the hitter, a double in 3 trips.
The walk-off hero Thursday at the plate. This is theater right now. Hannafin.
Takes ball 1.
And for the last 2 Big East tournament walk-off winners for Creighton, it's been Will Hannafin who has been the hero. Might not come in walk-off fashion, but if he can find a way to get it through the hole, he could be the hero again.
1-1.
This kid's stuff is big time right now. Jonathan Kelly. And I'm with Schmaltzy, who brought it up. You know, right now, Kelly's stuff, Schramm's more pitch to contact, which could work with these conditions, for sure. And Schramm's experience. But right now, Kelly's stuff, it's buzzing.
Checked. Not in time. 1-2.
I'm all for loading up a fastball here.
Swing and a miss! Ball game, Xavier. The Musketeers prevail. Season alive, championship aspirations alive. And it goes final here in Mason. 2-1 Musketeers, 2 on 6. And Creighton, in 18 innings of baseball today, can only muster 1 run against UConn and Xavier today. What a pair of ball games we dialed up here at Prasco Park. And we talked about Billy O'Connor going with his gut, going with feel when it comes to the bullpen. He brought Kelly in and left him in to finish what he started out of the pen.
This Xavier team won at 1 a.m. earlier today to stay alive. 17 hours later, they win again to advance to a championship game. And we're hearing chants of "We want the Huskies." Xavier and UConn. How interesting. The Musketeers got blown out on Thursday. They want revenge tomorrow, and they're going to have to go up against the hottest team in college baseball to do it. But this was exceptional pitching by the Xavier Musketeers. In the past, Bob, they've been known for their bats to win Big East titles. They have shown us gutsy pitching. It all started with Lane Flam. Then you think about Trey Schramm. And then in this game, the performance from Ethan Bosacker set the tone, and Jonathan Kelly finishes it. And Xavier's bullpen is still in really good shape heading into tomorrow, and that is huge.
And this game will go down as the game that the Musketeers won on a balk. That was your go-ahead run way back in the third inning. Nothing but zeros the rest of the way for the Musketeers and the Blue Jays. It's 2-1 with a balk that scored the go-ahead run in a tie game at 1-1 in the third. Amazing and crazy. But that's baseball, and the championship will be set now tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. here at Prasco Park. It'll be the UConn Huskies, the 1 seed, taking on the number 4 seed, these Xavier Musketeers. All right, down we go to talk with the guy who closed it out. He came in and had a monumental task in front of him, but Jonathan Kelly got it done. Jonathan, congratulations.
Thank you.
You want the baseball in situations like this, but this wasn't your atypical, okay, I can just get a couple outs because I have a lot of pad. You only had 1-run lead, so what was your strategy against the hitters?
It was just fill up the zone from the start. I knew I had a good defense behind me. I knew they wanted the ball just as bad as I wanted the ball, so just fill up the zone early and let my breaking stuff work, let my fastball work, and good things happen when I can do that.
Your coach, Billy O'Connor, he told us earlier this year, you were worn down. You had arm soreness. You weren't feeling right. How did you get yourself back on track and feel like yourself again?
Just a big shout out to the training staff at Xavier. I mean, it was rough there for a second, but just bullpens, getting my stuff right, and continuously working.
Jonathan, this team had to win a game to stay alive just 17 hours ago in the wee hours of Saturday morning, 1 a.m. Now you win tonight, and you know tomorrow you're playing for a championship. Why has this Xavier team stuck together after a difficult loss Thursday?
We're just a family. That's what it comes down to. We play for each other, and we fight for each other. We knew the other day it didn't go like we wanted to, but don't count us out because we're coming.
And with that in mind, heading into tomorrow against the Huskies, you lost 11-1 to them just a few nights ago. What should make us believe that this Xavier team can flip the script on Championship Sunday?
Because we want it so bad. We want it so bad. The bats turned around in the last 2 games. Pitching turned around big time, and everything's coming together right now, and we want it really bad.
Jonathan Kelly, outstanding work out of the pen. Thank you and congratulations, and sleep well tonight. We'll see you back here on Sunday.
Thank you very much, guys.
Well, Mr. Fanta, the X-Men cometh, and apparently they stayeth here in Mason, Ohio. Work to be done for sure. They'll need a doubleheader sweep tomorrow, but you can hear the confidence. It is oozing now in the Musketeers dugout.
It's a gutsy team. They're doing it with pitching. They've got a magical feeling right now, and they got great pitching from Ethan Bosacker and Jonathan Kelly to stay alive. But they're going to have to climb the ultimate mountain. That is UConn tomorrow.
For Mike and John and our entire crew here in Mason, Bob Raynard saying so long from Prasco Park. Once again, the final score in this elimination game, it's 2-1. Xavier over Creighton. Back with us tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on FS2. Join us for Championship Sunday.